Hello fellow trainers, for this video I wanted to show some training sessions between Julie and me. I built her team for her, and you'll see what happened in our first battle, which we fine-tuned later. She thought that she was going to get to a cross-chop a little bit quicker, I suppose, but she got eaten away by my Wigglytuff. I see her bring in her Wigglytuff, which I think, oh, that's a great idea. And then I noticed that it has the move Pound, which quickly I was laughing about because I'm such a dum-dum. Lets the Ice Beam come through. What's her last Pokemon? It is Steelix. I'm very not happy with seeing it, but I know I got Medicham in the back, so I let the Heavy Slam come through. All I have to worry about is that Earthquake. This is more of a practice for teaching her how much damage each of her moves does and get her acquainted with the Pokemon she'll be using for our local tournament. I usually try to give her Pokemon that heavy counter my Pokemon to make it a real challenge for me, and Charizard was definitely one of those, so I was surprised not to see more of him. Alolan Marowak, that is one that gave me a lot of trouble as well, so I was surprised to see her switch out of it for the first one, but she didn't know that Poison would do so much to Wigglytuff, so I don't blame her. Bam. I noticed that at least one of the charms didn't go through. I'm waiting for the Ice Beam, just waiting for it, but I'm able to get to another Poison Fang. And finally, here comes the Ice Beam. I know I want to shield this so I can use whatever energy I can gain on the next Pokemon. But even though I'm able to farm down the Wigglytuff, I'm like one hit away, trying to get to it and get slapped by the Alolan Marowak before I can throw it with no shields. I was so disappointed. I was very surprised that Julie knew to just go straight Bone Club against the Probopass. So it was a very pleasant surprise to see that she was already good to go there. Ever since I took Rock Throw off of Probopass, I've kind of been regretting it, just because my team feels kind of weak to fire types this meta, but I've been pulling through somewhat. I felt that it was more important to build my team as more of an anti-charmer, anti-fighter team. But I'm seeing more and more steel types in the meta, and I don't know if Medicham can pull it off against them. I was crying when I saw the Steelix. I know that Wigglytuff can survive one Heavy Slam, and it doesn't even flinch at the Dragon Tails, but I was not sure how much quicker Dragon Tail could get to the Heavy Slams compared to the Ice Beams. Barely able to charm it down. We were playing in the Ultra League to try and get up my badge for those GoBattleLeague battles. See if I could raise my rank to rank 10 finally. Been sitting at the top of rank 9 for a bit. Haven't done many Ultra League battles though because of hearing all the horror stories about people losing matches due to lag. Gliscor is one I definitely wanted Julie to get acquainted with, because if he lands the Earthquake, he can basically one-shot any Pokemon in the meta. I was really expecting her to shield this first one, since she didn't know how long it took to get to the Earthquake. And she also got me with Cross Chop. I was like, this seems too fast to be Rock Slide, but I'll shield it. Throw the Night Slash, no shield. I'm like, uh-oh. Throws another one. Yeah, it's too quick. It's gotta be Cross Chop. I was actually surprised at, I know Cross Chop doesn't do a lot, but just the fact of how spammy it is. I'm like, okay, she's got a shield, right? Like, she has to. She doesn't shield again. I'm like, what? What's going on here? I try to switch out. I wasn't fast enough. So she throws another Cross Chop. I'm like, oh god, what? So I decide to switch out of there, save that Earthquake for later. Charm down the Machamp. What's gonna come in? What's gonna come in? It's the large golden snake Steelix. Oh no. I'm like, I just want to hit this Ice Beam, get off a little bit of damage versus the Steelix. I know I can get to at least one Ice Beam while I'm chunking away a tiny bit with Charm. She does decide to shield to keep her Steelix a little healthier for the next matchup. She does have to go for the Heavy Slam, sorry, because she knows that the Dragon Tails aren't going to be enough to just farm me down. I was very nervous that she had gotten to an Earthquake here, so I believe I shield, because I wanted my Medicham to be nice and healthy for the next Pokemon. Ends up being Charizard. And anyone that runs Charizard or runs against Charizard knows that he is a very fragile Pokemon. I just go straight Ice Punch, seeing what I can chip away at. I was surprised that she went for Dragon Claw here, but it is important that she learns it in practice so she can kick my butt later when we're in the actual tournament and lower my rank a bunch. And I'm able to take out her Charizard barely before that. I was not sure how quickly I would click on the Night Slash, so I was a little bit nervous about that, getting Fire Spin down first on the Gliscor. I'm usually very confident with the Wigglytuff lead, because I think it's a tough one to get out of. All puns intended. I'm thinking, okay, what's the last team gonna be? What's the last one? Or is this 4 out of 5? Yeah, we'll find out. Leads with the Charizard. I told her that a lot of people knew to count to 4 for Blast Burn, and I was like, there's no way, she's definitely baiting me. So I'm able to predict the Dragon Claw. I'm thinking she's gotta be like screaming inside right now, really trying to get to that Clasperin. I'm like, I'll shield it. I'll do it. Here it comes. I'm either gonna take her shield or take out her Charizard here. I wish I didn't click on the Ice Beam though. So I could have used it on the next Mon at least, or saved it for later. Live and you learn. In comes in Big Daddy Steelix, and we both simultaneously swapped. I asked her about it, and she was actually surprised that she swapped too, so... I mean, no, she's a pro trainer, and she kicks my butt all the time. It was pretty interesting seeing that, because it almost flipped the match. I do think she should have shielded there, so she would have been able to get to an Ice Beam at least against my Gliscor. But then I get in this situation, and all I'm thinking is, uh-oh, all I have is Wigglytuff in the back. I do hit the boost, but I still want to land the Earthquake because I'm not confident that Night Slashes alone will be enough to take out the Steelix. So I go for the Earthquake. I know she's thinking, oh god, this was a really long charge move. I honestly should have went for Night Slash because of how long it took, but I decided to risk it. So I decided my only win condition was going to be switching when she was close to the Heavy Slam. And I'm able to get her to throw the Heavy Slam at the Wigglytuff and then charge up barely to the Earthquake after she dumped all her energy into the Wigglytuff. Very close match, that one. And I believe our next match is the last one. I decided to lead with Vileplume because I wanted us both to get more practice seeing it on the field. Because I am very confident in its abilities since PvPoke rates it pretty high for being one of the only Pokemon to take on the Charmers and the Fighters. Only gotta really watch out for Ice and Psychic, but you don't really see a lot of Confusion users. And she leads with the scariest Pokemon for my team, Alolan Marowak. I didn't bring a single counter for Alolan Marowak. I'm like, oh god, I want to save this Sludge Bomb for later to see if I can catch a Fairy off guard. So I'm like, okay, I guess Ice Punch is really my only answer here. I was really expecting her to try throwing a Shadow Ball at me, but she throws a Bone Club, and I'm like, okay, I should only really have to get to like one more Ice Punch. She gets to another charge move. I'm like, that was too quick. Another Bone Club. It is chunking away at me though. And the fire spins definitely aren't helping. So her Alolan Marowak was even chunkier than I thought it was. But I know I can bring my Charmer in here and get the last little bit of health. But I think I made a mistake in not bringing it in instead of the Medicham, because what does she bring in next? The big old golden snake again. So I decide I don't know why I decided this. I decided not to shield the heavy slam. Let my Wigglytuff get dangerously low. I'm thinking, how am I gonna beat this? I have to get through her snake. So I switch, I'm able to throw a sludge bomb. And I happen to time it almost perfectly apparently, because she's throwing her heavy slam at me at the same time. So I get her to dump all her energy into my almost dead Vileplume, throw the Ice Beam, and I'm thinking, okay, I know what's in the back, I know what's in the back. I just need to get enough energy before it comes out. And honestly, I think I should have missed a few more bubbles, because who comes out? Exactly the mon I was thinking, Machamp. And I miss it by so much. I just needed to play rough. And there it is, boys and girls. My girlfriend has taken me out. Former 3rd in the world. It hurts. I hope you all learn from my mistakes.